All right, shalom, shalom. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of mine heart be acceptable in Yahweh's sight. He is our strength and our redeemer, and it is in his name, which is his authority, that we pray, praise, proclaim, project, and protect tonight's message. Aman. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. Peace. Thanks for being on with us. We appreciate the king, queen in each and every one of you, even if you're not living inside that kingdom yet. We appreciate the potential king and queen in each and every one of you. As always, this is Pastor Kofi, Pastor Servant of Christ, where we are always changing lives one mind at a time by being a voice of the voiceless and speaking the unspoken. Grateful to have everybody on with us on TikTok and YouTube. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us one more again. And we're excited to be before you again. Once again, we give all praise and honor to the Most High, Chava Elohim. We give all praise and honor to him for my wife, the Honorable Maya, who lives a life that's able to be honored. You can check her out on TikTok, YouTube, her website, and Pinterest at Bloom and Flourish, not A&D, the letter N, Bloom and Flourish. She is a healer, herbalist, chemist, and biologist by degree. To the moderators, to the ministerial staff, to SOC, to Lottie Dottie, and everybody, we appreciate you, whether you're watching this live, watching this later on. We're thankful and grateful to be in your presence again. And tonight, we're going to dive right into the topic, which is what are you willing to give up? Right? What are you willing to give up? Before we get any deeper into that, how you doing, G? How you doing, Snet? Sister Snet? Brother G, how you doing? Big Brother Thomas, Sister Coco, Brother Key, Sister Deborah, Monica, Sister Helen, Money Green, Sister Nadine, everybody who's on. We appreciate you. And those that are coming in later on. And as a reminder, how you doing, Sister Cherise? Hopefully you're feeling well. Always praying for you. And I will not be on tomorrow in the Rising, but we will be on YouTube. Minister Tamara will be giving the word. Actually, she'll be doing double duty tomorrow. She'll be filling in for the YouTube on the YouTube channel for the live and the Rising. She'll also be filling in on Wednesday evening, which she does every Wednesday anyways. You can find her on TikTok at Tamara_Yah9. That's TAMARA _YAH, the number 9. How you doing, Spike Me Too? All right. So tonight I'm going to ask the question again, right? What are you willing to give up? Also, don't forget, this Saturday, everybody will be meeting from all the areas, all of SOC, all around the world. We plan on saying hello to everybody at the same time, having you guys on the Zoom for SOC meeting. So we're excited about that, and we look forward to having everybody in attendance. And we are also going to do our next family fast March 22nd through the 28th. So March 22nd, starting that day from sunup to sundown, intermittent fasting, no eating from sun to sundown, or depending on when the sun comes up or goes down, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., whichever one you're able to do. All right. And if you're eating, of course, or if you got things you're taking, medicinally for whatever reason, you got to take it with food or do this or whatever. If you're in a position where you have to be in that, feel free to make sure that you eat what's necessary. All right. How you doing, Sister Dawn? So, tonight again, once again, what are you willing to give up? Because here's the question. I could look at this on the positive side as far as, what are you willing to give up to be able to make it to the next level? All right. Are you willing to be a living sacrifice? Are you willing to give up sleep? Are you willing to give up this, right? So you can make it, right? And that would be great. How you doing, Ms. Pierce? That's a great way to start. And that's a great topic of discussion. That's a great way of thought. What I would like to focus on this evening, though, is what are you willing to give up? Because, see, there's also a calling on your life that's so great, and many people just give up before they get to the calling. You said you're doing that now? Amen. I want to focus on it on the flip side tonight. How you doing, Sister Drea? What are you willing to give up? If you give up now, what could you be missing out on? You put all that time and energy into this marriage. If you give up now, what would a successful marriage look like that you might be giving up? You put all this time and talent and effort into becoming a great person, and now somebody says something that frustrates you or makes you upset. You ready to go in and go ahead and become somebody that you claim that you would never become again. If you give up now, what's going to happen? You were going to do all this righteousness. You were going to make sure you made all these great decisions. You were going to become somebody who was bigger and better than life. If you give up now because it's tough, would you regret it for the rest of your life? You know, there's people that give up on having children, and they go ahead and give up on the child, and they regret it. Can't give up, right? What I want you to imagine, I want to do a little exercise tonight. I want you to imagine what it would be like when you hit the goal that you have, because you can hit it. It's possible that you might be able to reach and obtain the goal that you had. What if you were speaking to thousands every day, and if that's your goal? Is it worth giving up now because you got to put some hard work? See, the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed. How you doing, Minister Joseph? So are you willing to give up because it's hard now? Are you willing to give up? How you doing, Concrete Rose One? How you doing, Sir Stephen? Are you willing to give up because it's going to be difficult? You could be this close. It could be this thin, the veil. It could be like a veil of dirt. That could be the difference. And because you stop hitting it with the pickaxe, you've been going with a pickaxe for months and months and months, searching for diamonds. And here you are about to hit the jackpot. And instead of being able to get the diamonds, you stop. And it was only this much left. Could you imagine? You're this close to the diamonds. You're this close to the gold. You're this close to generational wealth. But you say, you know what, man, I've been digging for a month. It's just not going to happen. All the signs told you to dig there. All the people have digged there in the past. They just said they couldn't find it. You said, I'm going to put the effort in, and I have been led to this spot by reasoning, by study. How you doing, Brother Jermaine? By habits, by circumstance. I'm going to go to this place that everybody says that they're supposed to be gold for, or diamonds. And then you start digging and digging and digging, and then you're this close. If you had just hit it one more time, you would have gotten it. Right? How you doing, Aaron? Thanks for being part of the community on this piece. Right? Like you were this close. What if you were looking for oil, and all you had to do was go 10 more feet? It's difficult because what you're trying to dig through is harder than dirt. It's harder than the regular earth. Right? But if I know the oil is there, it's worth, spending the extra money and tearing up the drills. It's worth tearing up the drill. It's worth tearing up the drill because the oil is worth more than the drill. The oil pays for the drill. Yeah, you'd be sick, right? But a lot of people do that all the time. How you doing, Brother TJ? You're this close to healing. If you start eating healthy on a regular basis and you say, you know what, man, I'm not seeing the healing. I'm not feeling it, right? Getting stiffness and feeling like your foot is going to sleep. Do I really got to give up bread? Do I really got to cut off on the French fries just for a minute? Do I really have to stop eating ketchup? But wiggling your toes instead of losing your toes is a big deal. I come from family members that lose body parts because they don't stop eating what's not righteous. There's a whole lot of people that will tell you, man, I should have kept trying. What's that old saying? If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. But that's not enough. Try and try and try and try and try. Some people out there talking about just you do. How you doing, Yehuda? Excuse me. Some people out there, no. Don't say you're gonna try. Keep trying. Don't listen to that. Keep trying. You said when you set the goal, there's always obstacles, and you try to persevere through. Matter of fact, here's the wild part: is we don't even think about obstacles. How you doing, Sister Barbara? I see you, Miss Pierce. Yeah. See, we don't even think about the obstacles. It's not even in our plan. Our plan is it's just going to happen. Our plan is everything's going to go according to plan. There's nothing that's going to delay it. There's nothing that's going to do this. It's just going to happen. And when it doesn't happen like that, then we say, "Oh." But then you get mad at the microwave generation. We raised them. They looked at us, keep giving up, and so now that when it doesn't happen like that, we get upset. Right? We were the generation that used to be so happy about dial-up. Y'all remember internet dial-up? You remember you pick up the phone and somebody be upset because you picked up the phone and all you heard was the and all that background. I can't make the noise, but you know what I'm saying. Now let your 5G not be acting fast enough, right? And you will lose your mind. You forgot that you used to. There was no such thing as internet. At least it was, but you didn't know what it was. You forgot that you used to have to wait there and work that thing, and you had to use AOL, and you were hoping that AOL Messenger was going to be able to do something for you. You forgot how quickly you forgot that you had the ability to have long suffering. How you doing, Nick? Thanks for being on. How quickly you forget. How you doing, Tosh? How quickly we forget that we used to have the ability to be patient. How quickly we forget popcorn used to be on the stove. Now you'll go ahead, you got to have it in the microwave. You don't want to sit there. You don't want to go ahead shuffle. You don't want to make sure you're moving it around. But real talk, if you use anything that is getting faster nowadays, anything that's going faster and faster and faster and faster, guess what? It all comes with things that are unhealthy. It's unhealthy to get it faster, right? My wife and I, one of the places that we reside in, the house is built. Right, I had to redo some of the walls and all that, and look behind the scenes and stuff. Some of the stuff is really old and crumbling and stuff. I had to get remove it and kind of redo things because the house was built over 100 years ago. Houses that are coming up now that they make overnight, they're not built to last 100 years, 200 years, 400 years, 500 years. Look in Timbuktu. People live, even if there's the ones that are crumbling. Some of them are crumbling. I get it. But even the ones that are crumbling, people live inside things that were made hundreds, 1,000 years ago. He said, yeah, don't forget phone interruptions. We don't know how to swivel past interruptions. There you go. See, you up there preaching. Come on, preacher. Right? I'm just saying, right? We don't think about the fact, like, you remember how much you had to put into it, how much you had to have waited. You remember that everybody, when somebody called from long distance, now you don't even think about it, but it used to be somebody called from long distance, and everybody stopped what they were doing because it was worth the time to put in, because somebody might have had to save up. You might have to, that might be the only long distance call you got for the month, right? You might not hear from grandmama again for 6 months. Stop what you doing, boy. Stop what you doing, girl. Grandmama's calling on the phone. Right now, some of us ain't this old, but real talk. Don't go back to the days. How you doing, Sister Beverly? Don't go back to the days where, for real, people used to have to call and say, "Operator, connect me to," and you had to wait. The operator was in there switching the cords, doing this, all this stuff, contacting another operator, this operator switching stuff, doing this, calling the other person, and then finally you could talk to the person. How quickly we forget that you have the ability to wait. If you give up now because you don't have the patience, you don't have the long suffering. Oh, yeah, my greatness. Don't go back to the times where people had to dial zero, you know. I remember even having, I thought I was doing something, and it still took a while, but it was worth it because somebody, my parents would have paid for it. So I had a little what you call it, MCI card or whatever. You go to a payphone and you go ahead and you call MCI, you call Sprint, or you call whoever you were using on the card, and you go ahead and you had like $20 worth of stuff or whatever, and then you try to talk for that long. Right? It used to be patience was necessary. Or Nana, yeah, instead of grandma, right? Now, now though, how you doing, Minister Shante? Now it's frustrating though. Now I gotta wait. Now I have to be patient. You mean I got to wait for this person to make changes? You mean I have to wait for people to catch on to the business? You mean I have to wait for some of my people to wake up? You said you walked to talk out of state? Yeah. Rotary phone. Oh, I love the rotary phone. I want to get I'm looking for a specific type of rotary phone, but I want one. I'm not even going to use it. I just want it. My son looked at the rotary phone when he was younger and looked like he was losing his mind. He's like, what is this? I don't know if my son has ever actually used a rotary phone. He's definitely never, no, he might have used a payphone once, but those are so few and far between nowadays, right? Right. There used to be something called, right? Like, it used to be something called patience that was necessary. How you doing, Minister Tamara? Once again, Minister Tamara, she's going to be teaching tomorrow in the Rising on YouTube, and then she'll be teaching on her platform in the evening. So she'll be on the Rising 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern New York time on YouTube, and then check her out. She'll be giving the word again on her TikTok channel, Tamara_9. Once again, Tamara_Ya9. That's TAMARA_YAH, the number 9. You said use those cards to call back to the States from overseas Navy days. Yeah. It used to be required to have patience. Right now, we're in a situation where we have forgotten what patience is. And once again, the question is, what are you willing to give up? If you give up now, are you willing to give up the best thing that could ever happen to you? Amen, Aphrodisia. Right? If you give up now, are you willing to give up the best thing that might have ever happened to you? Are you? Are you going to give up the best thing that could ever happen to you? Right? I'm a work in progress. So hopefully anybody that's a friend of mine will be willing to watch me progress. I might not be everything that I'm supposed to be yet, but hopefully you'll give me time. Will you lose out? Not trying to brag, but just trying to be real. There are people who have lost out on things because they thought that what I was saying was going to happen. Since it didn't happen fast enough, they figured it wasn't going to happen. Now here it is happening before, and now all these people are looking and they're like, "Oh." And it's not that like I just don't have time to be able to try and go backwards and be like, let's go ahead and rekindle what we should have never lost. How you doing, our great? Like we should have never lost this connection. Right? The vision is for yet an appointed time. The vision is for yet it's for an appointed time. You said you've had to remind. Sorry. You said you had to remind a few people in this environment about being patient. Yeah. The vision is for yet an appointed time. How you doing, Positive Books? Thanks for being a part of the community. I see you coming over from the other side. Right? If you would just hang in there, exactly. What if you would invest in the person and be patient? See, this is why everybody was impatient. Stock market doing this, stock market's doing that. Looks like the stock market's going to go away, blah, blah, this and that all this time. Doesn't it always come back? Matter of fact, if you know anything about investing, whether it's crypto, stock market, bonds, whatever you're investing in, time, land, whatever, the best time to invest in it is when it's the worst, because at some point it's going to rise in value. Right now, this is not something I would say that you should do, but when you see a lot of these neighborhoods that are run down, and you're like, man, this place is getting worse and worse, and the whole neighborhood and nobody's living in here. You know that people actually wait for people to move out of the rundown stuff, and they keep buying up everything piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, and in that way, once everybody's gone, they build the neighborhood up, and everything is theirs. See, when somebody's low, exactly, buy low and sell high. When somebody's at their lowest, buy into them then. Buy into them then. So when they go invest in them then, get a piece of the business then. Look, SOC, there's people who were with us when we had 1, 2 people, 5 people. We thought we were doing something on YouTube, but we could have 5 people on a live session at the same time. Now it's turned into people that in your state, in your city, there's people that live there that want to meet up with you, call you on the phone, talk to you, and be able to say, let's get better. It's turned into a whole different thing. Thank you for the love. Appreciate it. It's turned into a whole different situation, hasn't it? And it's going to keep getting better, right? Buy in when it's low. Study it. Don't just buy into anything when it's low. Study it to see what opportunity it is for growth. How it's going to help you to grow. And if you're investing in it, you want a return on your investment. I get it. And thanks for being part of the community, Carla. But buy in when it's low. Buy in when it's low. That's what faith is. Oh, thank you, Brother Alton. Right? We were all doing this together, and community is key. Buy into it when it's low. Be a founder. That's what founders are. When nobody could even see the vision, they knew it was for an appointed time. They invested. You hear what I'm saying? Buy into it when it's low. Right? And by the way, even if it, see, nothing in the market, nothing in the market looks like this. You know that, right? Like nothing in the market comes off like this. Not one thing. Everything in the market goes like this. Right? It goes up, down, up, okay, down, up, and then back down, up. So even if it's going up, you still have to be ready for the peaks and valleys. If you give up in a valley, what could you be giving up on? People didn't learn their lesson last time. Bitcoin is down. Ooh, everybody's scared. Get out of it. It went down real bad. Bitcoin went down. It made its way up to like 30, 40,000. Then it made its way back down to 12,000, stayed there for a long time. Then it went up to 60,000 last time. And it made its way back down again. Are you not paying attention? It's more volatile. So that means it goes up faster, it goes down faster. It goes up in bigger chunks, it goes down in bigger chunks. But if it's overall going up, then what you doing? Why are you running? And next time when it hits 100,000, when it starts going down, then sell everything. When you got 100,000 per coin, get yourself 10 coins now and let it get up to 100,000 a coin, and then sell 100,000 times 10 coins. That's $1 million you just made. And then take that and get some land and invest in that, and then build some stuff, and then build a business on top of that, and have people come to your business on your land with your bylaws. Then let's have a conversation. How you doing, Sister Latoya? You see what I'm saying? But you got to see, it's we sell away stuff because we're just like, ooh, it takes a little more. But what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up greatness because you didn't want to go through the rocky times? Patience is a virtue. Working on it. Yeah, we all are. Right. But that's why I even mentioned the term. There's two terms in the Greek, right? When people deal with patience, is you're dealing with patience and long suffering. Long suffering is a different way of looking at it. See, patience means it can run out. How you doing, Sister Rena? How you doing, Sister Betty? Patience can run out. Patience can run out. Long suffering means as long as it takes. There's some things that the Most High has given you that you're gonna have to do with it as long as it takes. Suffer as long as it takes. Suffering is a choice, as Minister Tamara taught us a while ago now. Suffering is a choice. If I suffer through it, it means that I've chosen to go through it. You can't suffer through everything because you haven't chosen to go through everything. But some things you need to choose to go through. It's best for you. It's healthy for you. I know you don't like those vegetables. Eat them anyway. Suffer through it. It's best for you. Right? I know you don't like them vegetables on the plate. I know you don't like mushrooms. Mushrooms. I'm giving you portobello mushrooms because you need to clear up your sinuses. Eat them. Talking about that you have sinus problems all the time. You don't know how to get rid of them. But you eat cheese all the time. You eat ice cream all the time. It's mucus. It's going to turn into mucus. Your body is going to be functioning in a manner it's not supposed to. Eat some portobello mushrooms. Eat some things that are going to flush your system out. I've got problems in this area and that area. I got arthritis. Keep eating. Don't just eat it once. Keep eating cayenne pepper. Keep eating not cayenne pepper as much. Keep eating, even though you should use it, but you got to use it sparingly. Keep eating forgive me, turmeric, and make sure you eat some black pepper with turmeric, right? And keep eating it. Don't eat it and to talk about I ate it for a day. You have no long suffering in you. So you're what are you giving up? You could get rid of some of the stuff that you even call carpal tunnel. Keep eating it and eating it and eating it. I'm having digestion problems. Get a copper cup and drink water out of it twice a day, every day. Don't stop. You see, I'm having problems with digestion. Use the copper cup. Eat a lot of greens. That's going to give you magnesium. The copper is going to help you with your magnesium intake. Once you have magnesium intake, you're going to be able to digest. Your cells will be able to digest. A lot of you can't even drink water. You drink water, but when I say you can't drink it, it goes through you. You feel like you're urinating all the time. You know why? Because your cells can't digest. Your cells can't hold in, so your cells don't get anything out of the water. Even if you're drinking high alkaline water, if you're drinking high alkaline water, but your body can't receive it, then what's the point? Eat healthy and keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. You said, how do you prepare the uh, portobello mesh from mushrooms? I mean, I don't know. I mean, in all honesty, sometimes you got to be careful with mushrooms in general, but especially ones that are being sold in the store. You could just eat them. Period. I just you. Some people don't want to eat mushrooms raw. I mean, you got to wash them and stuff. But I mean, or just you literally you put them in a pan if you want to. You can sear them a little bit. Some of y'all want now. I don't know if you need to go through all the stuff because a lot of people put a bunch of stuff on the mushrooms or always put the mushrooms in stuff that's not so healthy, right? But I'm just saying in general, right? Like you got to keep going, right? Oh, I'm having brain issues. I'm having memory issues. I'm having brain fog. We'll have some serotonin. Well, I've been having serotonin, but it didn't really work. Did you keep taking it? Did you take it for a month? Did you take it for 2 months? Did you take it for 6 months? If you got a foggy brain, more than likely you're having serotonin issues. If you take serotonin, right, you have two things, serotonin and melatonin. If you have problems with sleep or if you have problems, you're anxious, melatonin mellows you, serotonin helps you be serious or serious. Except put the mushrooms in the sun first. Yeah, of course you can do that as well, right? Tons of ways. My overall point, right? I'm not trying to stop what you were saying. I appreciate what you're saying. I just running. It's time for us to get ready to take our leave. But what I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, keep it up. Keep going. Keep going. Don't be this close to success. You've got the recipe for success. You've got the recipe to create successors because anybody who's a success should have successors coming after them, right? You've got all the tools, but you're not using them. It's sad. It's sad when you see that something should last. It's sad when you see that marriage should last. You're sad that you see when you see that children should be better. It's sad that you know that you had a Negro Leagues, but it stopped because you didn't have something that you kept doing. It was not set up to go past one person. It was not set up to be a legacy. It was not set up to be a community, right? No matter what's going on, what are you giving up? You have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? Because in all these things that you keep saying, well, what if it doesn't work? Here's the question: what if it does? Are you giving up on something that could work? You're talking about it hasn't worked so far. That's not an indication that it can't work. Put more work into it. I could never homeschool because, there's no way I can't work and I got to do a 9 to 5. What if you started your business? What if you made less money? Oh, well, my bills and everything are already this and that or whatever. Are you sure? Do your children, do all 4 children need a cell phone? Well, their friends have cell phones and I don't want them to feel left. No, no, no. Would it be better for your children to be homeschooled? If so, let them suffer. Because the suffering of the present time without the cell phone is not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed when you have your own business. And you can make sure that you pay them out of your business and you can pay them only to a limited amount. They don't have to worry about being taxed. You can take some of it and you can say, hey, you're going to tithe it into the operation and you're going to start being able to save up some things. I mean, what are we doing? If at first you don't succeed, try, 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 try. Now you got to make sure it's vision oriented. Most people just do stuff without a vision. I'm not saying move without a vision, right? But we talked about that little equation before, right? Vision, right, plus provision equals go. Even if you don't know where the provision is going to come from, if the vision is from on high, right? If the vision is X and you don't know what the provision Y is, but it equals Z, go, then that means that you need to go based off the vision and realize that it's already written into the equation that provision must show up. Now, this might shock some of you, and I do consider the cost, but there are some things that I do to where I don't know where the provision is coming from. But if the vision is from on high, then who am I to go ahead and say, I'm not going to do it? It might shock some people, but there are some things that I do to where there's plans. We talking about stuff. We doing this. We doing that. And everybody's like, well, I don't see the provision yet. I wasn't moved by the provision. I wasn't moved by the provision. I was moved by the vision. Provision doesn't wake me up. I know you think it does. But see, when you break from a 9 to 5, I promise you, like provision isn't what makes you up. Vision wakes you up. The vision is going to be provided for. What I envision is going to be provided for because it wasn't my vision. I just wrote it down. You'd be surprised. Hey, how you doing, Magnolia? You'd be surprised how many people wake up for provision and then are upset. If the vision is something that's already there, then why are you sitting up there tripping off of lack of provision? Right? I don't wake up for provision. People get all upset. Why don't you need to make sure you have a 9 to 5. You didn't do this. Why you're so lazy, this and that. No, I don't wake up for provision. You do that. You're a slave to provision. I started following vision a long time ago. Look where it's gotten us, reaching people. We're trying to have on Saturday a SOC meeting with people from all around the world. We've been having to have different meetings for everybody on Zoom, depending on where they live. Right? Just coming on and being diligent on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, podcasts, whatever different stuff is out there. We don't use it all. Right? But I'm not woken up by provision. It doesn't move me. See, that's why people sell out too. I know we got to get ready to take our leave, but that's why people sell out. People sell out because they're worried about provision. If you know that vision is appointed by something greater than you for you to do something greater than just deal with yourself, then why would you worry about provision? Because if it's greater than yourself, there's somebody else outside yourself that will help you with provision. Y'all love the Bible. Okay, here's a verse for you. Once again, give and it shall be given unto thee. Elohim's measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give unto your bosom. Human beings, women and men, kings and queens, husbands and wives are out there ready to be able to help you. That's why I told y'all earlier when we had the earlier live session on in the rising session, man, a man without a mission, a man without a vision is a dangerous man. Same thing for a woman. And somebody who has a vision that's only big enough for themselves is a dangerous person to be in a relationship with because the vision is only big enough for themselves. Right? Last thing, and then we really got to go. Ugh. And once again, please check out Minister Tamara tomorrow on YouTube when she comes on. And also check her out on her TikTok page tomorrow, Tamara underscore Ya9, TAMARA underscore YAH9. She'll be on YouTube in the rising at 8 a.m. Eastern New York time. She'll be on her TikTok channel in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern New York time. I've used this example, but let me go ahead and say it one more again because I feel like it's very, very, a very, very excellent example that I've been given. Look, when I go back home, there are certain street corners that I go to, and I can see some of the same guys who were there with me when I was in high school. And they look great for the corner. If you would look at their clothes, you would think that they make more than me. You would think if you look at their clothes, you would think, they have no financial issues. You would think, and thank y'all, I appreciate it. You would think that They are living life to the fullest. But then I'll say, okay, man, it's nice to see you, this and that. I'll say, hey, man, I'm going to take my family out to that tomorrow. Why don't you go ahead and bring your family? Oh, I don't really got no family like that. Well, cool. You can come anyways, man. Oh, I don't have any money to go. Well, I didn't ask that. But in my mind, I started saying, okay, but I'm looking at your kicks, $200 shoes, right? Sweats, immaculate. You got the fresh jersey. You got the hat, the snapback with the tag still hanging off it. You don't even have no scuffs on the bottom of your shoes. Why is it that you look so great, but you can't leave the corner? Why is it that you look so great, but you can't leave the corner? It's because that your vision is only big enough for the corner. So you get with women who tolerate you enough to allow you to go to the corner. You rich, yeah, exactly. There you go, Brother Alton. You're rich on the corner, but you're not wealthy outside of it. Are you willing to give up so many different things that are outside of the corner? You hear what I'm saying? Are you willing to give up so many things that are outside the corner just because you the big fish in a small pond? You sell them singles and you sell them well. You sell them socks. I ain't hating the hustle. What I'm saying is, what if the hustle was bigger than the corner? What if the hustle was bigger than just making sure that you ate every day and that you can give, not your wife, but your wifey. That's how y'all look at them. Some of y'all know what that word wifey means. If you don't know what the word wifey means, look up what wifey is, in like pimp etymology. You might not want to be a wifey anymore. Just saying. But or what it was in slave times or different things like that. You might not want to be a wifey anymore, but I'll leave that alone. But hear what I'm saying is that a lot of people are great on the corner. You're great being the big fish in the small pond. And sometimes if you're not careful, now I'm not saying that there aren't things, and look, trigger warning, because I know that some people can be triggered by some things that may not be big deals to some, but a big deal to others. Right. So hear what I'm saying. I get it that some of you tried that and you've had things that have punished you, or you've had people that you've gotten with who have punished you. What I'm saying is that don't let that person or that experience be the end all be all. If you need life coaching, if you need counseling, if you need a psychologist, a psychiatrist, if you need whatever, feel free to get those things. But don't allow you being this close to going through something, using for hours and hours a day for a month, using a pickaxe, and you only have this much left in between you and the diamonds, and you give up because it was hard. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You have 100% survival rate. There's not one person who's on here who has not survived. There are people who are survivors of grape. There are people who are survivors of racism. There's people who are survivors of abuse. There's people who are survivors of misandry, misogyny, people who are survivors of many different things. But you have survived 100% of everything you've ever gone through. Giving up is just saying that you can't survive it, but you've survived 100% of everything. Why would you stop now? That being said, I appreciate you guys. I am kind of falling asleep again. So I told y'all I've been a little tired. I'm going to make sure that I'm taking rest. Those who are part of what we're doing, once again, please check out Minister Tamara tomorrow. She'll be on YouTube in the Rising at 8 a.m. Eastern New York time. She'll be on her personal TikTok page in the evening. On Tamara _ Yah 9 TAMARA _ YAH the number 9. Please check her out. We appreciate you guys. Keep doing well, keep executing, keep going, keep eating well, keep fasting, whatever it is that you're doing, keep living in peace, keep living in harmony. And anybody who causes any of that to try and go away, keep setting up boundaries. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Please check out. We give all honor and praise once again to the Most High. We give all honor and praise to Him for my wife, the Honorable Maya. Once again, please check her out on TikTok, YouTube, her website, and Pinterest at Bloom and Flourish. Not A&D, the letter N, Bloom and Flourish. She is a healer, herbalist, chemist, and biologist by degree. So we thank you guys so much for being on once again. We honor your presence, and we thank you so much. And we look forward to talking to you guys again. I will see you guys on Thursday. So thank you all. I appreciate you. I honor your time. And thank you for spending some time with us. Keep us in prayer. We'll be doing the same for you. And I'll see you guys Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern New York time. Once again, support Minister Tamara. She comes on to make sure that she helps out. And she's basically going to keep it going tomorrow. She'll be doing the Rising, YouTube, the evening, TikTok. So check her out. Support her. I might come on in the evening on her thing if she wants me to. I probably won't say much of anything if I say anything at all. More so just be there for moral support and also maybe to help you guys know where to go if you're not following her already. So we thank you. We appreciate you. We look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care of yourselves and don't give up, because it's not worth giving up. Everything that you know is for you. So until next time, as always, it's been Pastor Kofi, Pastor Servant to Christ, where we are always changing lives one mind at a time by being a voice to the voiceless and speaking unspoken. Please remember your affirmations. Romans chapter 8, verse 1, that you are not to be condemned anymore, right? Stop condemning yourself, right? Romans 8:11, you're focusing on the eternal and no longer just on things that happen in the temporary. Romans 8:18, you don't have to worry about going through those things because the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed. Romans 8:19 is the next one, that people are waiting for you to be the manifestation. Yes, you are what people have been waiting to see. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. That's why all things are working together to make sure that even the hurts and the harms and the dangers and the problems that you feel like you've gone through, you'll still be able to make it through. And here's a bonus for you. Romans 8:37. You are more than a conqueror. Stop being conquered by being afraid. Stop being conquered by other people's opinions of you. You are more than a conqueror. As always, just still, please remember that you are loved, you are necessary, you are majestic, you are fearfully, wonderfully made, in you, which is all of us working together, will be the reason why people who are in this system no longer have to be of it. Patreon Kingdom, we've been posting like mad. We've been posting like mad lately. So hopefully y'all have been catching the stuff. And YouTube, we've been putting some extra stuff out there as well. So and TikTok, we've been trying to be better. We're in line mode. So please check out that stuff. I've seen a lot of you guys checked out the campgrounds and everything and what it's going to look like. By the way, I'm sorry, everybody who's in DC, you're still going to get some kind of information from me. If not tonight, you're going to get it like first thing in the Rising. And everybody who is in for Saturday, everybody who's there on coming for Saturday, if for some reason you don't get something within the next few days, the link and everything is the same link we've been using for all of the regional meetups. So you should have the Zoom link for Saturday. And we should, and we're starting to work on getting together the orders and everything together. So we'll have some information for you guys for Passover packages, those that said they were interested in them. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Honor you guys. Much love to you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Shalom. Peace.